Static Selector. Welcome back
So aggressive.
to a brand new episode of 2.5 Asians. This episode is coming to you a day before Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys have your turkeys stuffed, your corn on the cob. What else do you eat on
Mac and
Thanksgiving?
cheese.
Your mac and cheese, your
Mashed potatoes.
honey baked ham.
ooh,
Oh my god.
mashed potatoes,
Just said that.
and your collard greens, and your
Beans, greens,
I was
tomatoes,
about to say that, bro.
you name it.
all that good stuff. But yeah, today's pod will be starting off by just talking about how grateful each one of us are for specific things and specific people, and then after that we'll be talking about our some core memories that we have. We'll try to keep it positive. You know, Thanksgiving's supposed to be a happy, grateful holiday. So, but
When you said that, like, we'll try to keep positive, I literally just thought of, like, something super negative. I was like, damn. Well, it's not super, but, like, at
I
the
just thought
time.
of 4 negative things in my life.
At the time, it was when I was a kid. I was like, damn.
Damn.
How do you guys feel about Thanksgiving?
Well, my family has always been very traditional with Thanksgiving. Like, we always have a turkey usually, and like we'll always have a big family party and sit around the table. Every person has to say what they're thankful for.
Oh,
So that part is always like, damn, I gotta be original, because everybody's always gonna be like, I'm thankful for family, I'm thankful for health. So it's like always hard trying to be original. So I always felt pressure.
I mean, you got it easy this year.
Why?
You're newly engaged.
Oh yeah, that's true. And this is gonna be our first Thanksgiving together, me and Haley.
Oh, ever?
Yeah, and our families.
Oh,
my
like
family,
together.
Yeah, my
Oh.
family's going down. Just my immediate family. Yeah, Mom, you can come in. Mom. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think my mom's going to get a massage.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going down. Just me, my mom, my dad, and my sister. And this is gonna be their first time ever meeting like more of Haley's family, because they've only ever met the parents and Ethan. So yeah.
Fun.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Haley's family is very easy to get along with and to, I feel like, make laugh. Because like Haley always says like, I'm a funny guy, right? And then but her parents are like some of the most easiest people to make laugh, in my opinion. Like, I'll say like the simplest joke and I got her mom cracking up. Which is cool.
Couldn't you just use this for, like, every subsequent year? So, like, if people say family, would you be unoriginal if you, like, say a specific family member? Like, oh, I'm very thankful for my wife. Da-da-da-da, you know? Like, is that unoriginal?
I mean, you can probably get away with that for the first
Yeah,
time.
I can probably do that for the first Thanksgiving. Like
This
next
is
year.
gonna be. I'm very thankful for my fiance.
And my engagement.
Wait, but do you guys think, like, it always has to change? Like, you can't be, like, year after year, you have the same answer?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having the same
Yeah.
answer. It's just like.
It was like, okay, you said that
it's
last year,
yeah,
buddy.
you said that last year.
But so am I not grateful for it anymore?
No,
It's like,
just-
I'm
I
taking it
mean,
for
like,
granted.
what else are you? It's like, what else are you grateful for? Because we know you're grateful for that. You know what I'm saying?
like when we do this, you'll figure it out. I believe in you.
So do you guys want to go in a circle, like each say a thing we're grateful for, or just like everything at once?
I have. Okay.
If you got one, shout it out. But
Okay.
like, be mindful, obviously.
Yeah, I'll start us off. I'll say I'm thankful for my parents right now. Of course, obviously. My mom just got back from a trip from Holy Land. Like, she went to Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Sea of Galilee, Dead Sea. She got me this bracelet, a necklace I'm wearing, this Hard Rock Jerusalem shirt, even though there's no Hard Rock in Jerusalem. She got me some Dead Sea salt scrub, so I can scrub my back, because my back be getting bumpy. What else did she get me?
And then you can follow up with a back scratcher.
Oh, exactly. She got me, there's like cookies, more stuff, but yeah, thankful for them always supporting me in everything I do. Even though she still calls this a vlog. Like, she was on the phone earlier, and she's like, what are you doing today? And I was like, oh, my friends are over. She's like, oh, you guys shooting the vlog? I said, no, Mom, it's a podcast. She's like, oh, yeah. Shout out to my dad for being on the podcast. That episode's coming soon, in a couple weeks. Shout out to my little sister. I have to. This is our last podcast. Oh yeah, I could mention that, right? Oh well, technically not this one, but this one we're shooting right now is gonna be our last podcast recording in this room because my sister comes back from Hawaii for.
Thanks, Zoe.
Yeah, you freaking bitch.
Oh, I meant thank you for letting us use your
Oh yeah,
room.
thank you.
Yeah, we're being grateful right now.
Oh yeah. No, thanks Zoe. Cool. I'll try to put your room back to normal as much as I can remember.
Sorry. In advance.
But yeah, that's I'm gonna start us off with that. You wanna...
I feel like I'm fucking hopping on your idea, because I only had a few that I can really come up with, but I put my brother specifically because I'm really grateful that I had an older sibling that like, not necessarily paved the way, but they could help me with stuff they've already gone through.
Yeah.
Like I think of a lot of like school related stuff where I didn't know what to do. Like I would always go to him to be like I'm talking about administrative stuff. I'm not talking about, oh, I don't understand this topic, can you help me with study for it? I'm talking about like, in college, for instance, like applying to stuff and for financial aid and FAFSA and stuff. I went through him because he knows a lot about that. Like he's like obviously 2 years older than me, so he's already currently in college when I applied for college and stuff. So he was able to walk like me past all that stuff. He's definitely like the more tech savvy of the two, between the two of us, and he's always like we in a previous podcast I mentioned manga being one of my essentials. So like a lot of times he'll send me like a link to a website that has an early upload before the website I usually use to read manga has that update. Stuff like that. I've been asking him like, whenever I want like a household appliance, I asked him like, oh, what do you use? Because like he's like he's the one who put me onto like, so this Black Friday I'm gonna try to get a Dyson V8, like the vacuum.
The vacuum, yep.
Because he has one and he like put me onto it. I asked him about like which toothbrush he uses because he uses an electronic one and he has a Sonic Air.
You be vacuuming like that?
Well, I wanted it originally for my car because it has like that brush attachment.
Yeah.
But also like a couple months ago, my vacuum started acting weird. Or like the one we were using, like there was no suction from the nozzle attachment. My dad thinks maybe the bag is full and we need to replace it. But yeah, if I had a lightweight one like that, I'd be vacuuming way more often. But yeah, that. And then another one I can really think of recently is he helped me with my retirement. So my brother is really smart in like stock market and retirement stuff like that, like because he's like really trying to set himself up for the rest of his life. And I remember I was like, hey yo, like when I first got hired for my job, I kind of just selected things that I didn't really research or put much thought into per se. Like I just kind of read the brief description of where to allocate my retirement portion of the check to. And he was like, oh, I can look it over for you, I got you, bro, I know a lot about this, whatever. So he helped me on one thing. So before I had this thing called I had a portion of, because like you put into I do it through Fidelity, so it asks you to put like a percentage of your check into the retirement every whenever it processes, right? So like I currently had 15%, and so I think I split like 10% somewhere and then 5% somewhere else. And one of the selections I had was like after tax right? And he's like, bro, why do you have this selection? I was like, honestly, I don't really know, I just read it, it sounded good at the time. He's like, no, bro, like if it's not a Roth IRA, like don't do after tax because you're not getting any benefits, or you're actually low-key screwing yourself. Because you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, so Roth IRA, you get taxed as you're putting it in, but you don't get taxed when you take it out. So you're saying if it's not a Roth IRA and you put like your contributions post-tax, you're getting taxed twice because you're getting taxed on it right now and then also getting taxed when you take it out of the fund.
Scammers.
And then I was like, shit. He's like, because you've only been working at your job for a year, like in the long scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, you really didn't lose out on much. But let's say I was, I didn't know that this whole time I've been working at my job. Let's say I finally retire, I would have lost out on a lot of money that I could have had in my retirement. So
shout out Nate Dogg.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jalen, you want to start us off with your first grateful?
Hey, I mean, now I'm feeling weird because I was just gonna say family, but
family.
No.
Okay, Dom
Dom
Toretto.
No, I mean,
Well, yeah.
I think you both hit on some good points. Like, I'm very lucky to have parents who have supported me in everything I wanted to do, that have been very patient with me.
Yes, patience.
They could have very easily kicked me out of the house when I was
Yes,
18, but they
same.
were still letting me stay there. So, and rent free.
Rent
like,
free, yep. Pretty sure we're all rent free right now. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out our parents.
for real. That
So
might
cool.
change soon, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But like, I don't know. I feel like I take my parents for granted sometimes, like, because, they're the only parents I've ever known, obviously. But I've heard a lot of stories about people's relationship with their parents and like
Yeah,
how
that's
difficult
crazy.
that can be, and I'm like, that's how it is for real. Because like, I don't know, like in my head, family and like your parents loving you is just like
So natural.
so natural. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
It's a given.
it's a
basically.
given. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize how much of a like privilege it was,
Mm-hmm.
but like,
Yeah.
just my parents love you. Honestly, like I don't know many parents that love like my parents. I think Seth,
Yeah.
your parents are definitely up there.
I think you guys don't know my parents well.
Yeah,
enough
I
to
don't
be
know
able
your
to
That's
say
parents
how-
well.
yeah.
enough. But
But I'm sure they love
They're
you.
cool.
Yeah.
in the brief conversation
Yeah,
I had, funny story, really quick. I had Nick's dad as my DMV instructor when I was taking my driver's test, and we talked about Nick when I was taking my test. So you can take that as you will, but
Right. No, I
Probably
remember
talking
that.
shit about Nick too.
No, because I think that's like because my dad is an examiner on in the California DMV, so like he's the one who sits next to you as you're taking the behind the wheel test, and so I think most of my friends who decided to take it in Hayward, they were always like, "Oh yeah, I got your dad," or "I saw
Damn,
your
man,
dad."
I wish I knew he worked there when I got my license.
Well, it doesn't really matter. What if we should have told them? Hey, you don't live around the corner from me?
Yeah, I would have talked to him just like how Jay did.
Yeah,
I would have talked about you.
it was just funny.
But no, yeah, my parents are cool. I love my
I got
parents.
some other lady. I don't know who it was.
Is it
You got the Asian lady?
Yeah, it was Asian lady.
And you
I got
passed?
her. I got her.
Wow.
I barely passed. She said,
Really?
Yeah, because I heard she fails most of her people.
Apparently, but okay, I don't think I'm a good driver, but I think she was pretty fair. Like when she was reading off my criticism, she's like, "Yeah, you made a couple wide turns. Your backing
Yeah.
up straight wasn't great, but overall you still did pretty good. You passed." I was like, "Oh, thank you."
"Yeah."
Like,
She said the only mistakes you made were wide turns, which almost failed you. And I was like, "Just from some wide turns?" But she's like, "Everything else was perfect."
maybe
I
you
was
made
like,
a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was like. How many wide turns did I make? We only turned like 4 times. I'm grateful for you to giving me my license. Though.
Honestly, though, yeah.
Thank you for passing me the first time.
I know, for real. Did you guys pass your written exam first try?
Yeah.
I did.
I failed my first.
I was doing it, and I was doing the math in my head, like how many I got wrong.
Yeah.
So I got to the end, and like I had flagged a question for later, and I was like, "Oh wait, I only got 5 wrong. It doesn't matter."
Yeah.
And this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I failed my first one because I studied a lot for it, and then my family went on a cruise for a week, and then my test was the day we got back. So on that cruise, I wasn't studying for no DMV test.
Yeah. no.
Right, you just
And
relax.
then, and then I got back and I forgot everything that I studied for because I went on a cruise. But then the second time I studied the night before, and then I was fine.
No, yeah. I remember. I think I overthink it a little bit too much. I think definitely like after the test when it shows you your score, I passed, but I was like, I definitely got a couple questions wrong, like that I knew exactly what the answer was, and I just like I guess maybe I was too nervous, whatever, and I clicked the wrong answer because when I took it, it was like on a screen, it was electronic.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Same.
it was like an ATM, right? And you're pressing but
Yeah, I'm a roast Haley real quick. She said she failed hers 3 times, bro. Her written one.
yeah, like I
4
don't.
times the charm.
Isn't that when you need to get? Oh no, you don't even have a permit yet. No,
Yeah.
I was thinking of the driving test. I mean, that's all good.
No, yeah.
So pretty much across the board, first thing is family.
Family, yeah.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I gotta, after roasting Haley, talk about how grateful I am for her. Not to be super sappy about it, but I don't think there's a single person in this world that'll ever understand me the way Haley does. Like I feel like she knows me more than I know myself at this point. But that comes with time, We've been together 6 years and counting. So grateful for everything that she's done for me and how she's changed me in my life. I would definitely not be in this position I am right now if I wasn't with Haley. So shout out to you. You know who you are. Even though I've name dropped her like 4 times.
Dude, that's funny. That's a great one. Another one I could think of is my job. Um, like I know that because like all of us are kind of led up to believe high school and then you go to college and you pretty much have like your job set up after you get your degree. Um, and for me, it was a little bit after that. I would say a good half a year or so, half a year to 8 9 months before I got like my first big boy job. But just like knowing like the people in my life, right, who around my age, maybe older, and they still like have it rough in terms of like trying to find a job.
Me.
Because like it's definitely not easy.
Yeah.
Like I'm super grateful that I knew someone that like put me in contact with the hiring manager at the time.
You got super lucky.
Yeah,
I
like
think.
all the pieces fell for me
Because it doesn't
perfectly.
even fall under the
Like what is-
major that you studied in.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, though, the work I do, you don't really need a major per se. It's very admin and logistical work. But just like the idea of like, I had been working a retail job um, prior to that point, right? Because, I'm out of college. I'm not really doing anything. Might as well have some kind of cash inflow coming in, right? And so I just think about like a lot of people I know and stuff that are on a job hunt, right? And they literally can't find anything. Like I applied to that same company that I currently work for. I applied for like I would say like anywhere from 15 to 20 different positions. Like it was the same position but for a different department, right? And so, dude, there's still some applications I sent to this day they haven't been opened or I haven't heard back from them cuz like you apply through a portal and it shows you like the progress of your application and like I got a couple rejections like sorry we're not looking for you at the time, but like the overwhelming majority were they didn't respond back. And so like the reason why I have the job I have now is because one of my friend's sisters put me in touch with the hiring manager at the time. And so like I still had to apply for the job the normal way like through the portal, but it made sure mine was seen and I got at least one guaranteed interview out of it. And that's where I am today, where my first job that I got that like is a career-esque job, I'm already making more than what my dad has been making since working at the DMV for mad long. And so I'm super grateful that I have such a like easygoing job, relatively fresh out of college.
Yeah, Nick should be working right now. It is a Thursday.
I
and
don't.
during the
No.
It's a Saturday. What do you mean?
You keep making little hints like that. I might not have the job yet. I have to be ungrateful soon.
Oh man. Well.
Yeah, thank you, Stanford.
All right, name drop it too. Yeah, that's fine. Just fuck my life up.
You think anybody from your work listens?
No, but it doesn't matter. Like like the digital footprint shit.
Yeah.
So, but it's all good. I didn't say anything bad about it, and it's definitely not a weekday, so it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, obviously I have to say Ella too. Not because Seth said it, but just because that's probably the next
In the list.
On the list, But yeah, I do want to second almost everything that he said. I don't think there's anybody that understands me more than she does at this moment. Not to get too sappy, but
Damn, word for word,
Bar
phrase
for
for
bar.
phrase. Bar for bar.
but in my world, she's the one. Like
Mm-hmm.
the only thing that like hasn't happened yet is me actually buying the ring, but like that's already where my head is at.
Buying the ring. Do you think how far away?
It's not like a.
You don't have a time.
It's not a time
It's
limit. It's like
financial, huh?
yeah, exactly. That like I said in that episode with your uncle, like the only thing holding me back right now is money.
So like, do you think like, I don't want to like really, like I don't want to propose and like marry her until like we can afford to, let's say, like have our own place. Like I don't want to be married and we're living at like one of our parents' place or something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. That's just weird to me because like I want to be able to go home to her every night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and not have to deal with external.
Yeah.
Not have to sleep on the couch. Oh
I would think at that point, but not. Yeah. But
yeah.
But no, yeah. Definitely. But honestly, probably wouldn't even be alive without her. So just want to put that out there. Like, definitely. saved me from myself in a sense. And I'm just, there aren't enough words to be able to describe how grateful I am for her and what she's done for me.
Love that. Love.
Yeah, almost wanted to give it a round of snaps.
We can. Little snaps for Jalen. Okay, my turn again. I wanted to say I'm thankful for the friends that I have in my life.
I'm gonna just keep. Every time you talk, I'm gonna just say what you say.
Yeah. I feel like all the friends that I have in my life are true friends. No one's really like a two-faced type of do they really care about me kind of friend, you know? So especially these two right here, I'm most grateful for them. After Haley, these two are my go-tos, my right-hand men. You know, they were the first two that I thought of when I thought of my groomsmen for my wedding. So, and shout out my boys, Nicholas and Jalen. Shout out the podcast. You know, thankful for this as well. I'm thankful that you guys make the trip all the way out here every time. So, you know, and it's a 2-hour drive basically from. Sometimes 2.5 for Nick. So
once I didn't take the toll once. I don't even like the word dodge. That makes it sound intentional, bro. Like, yes, I didn't take the bridge route for a reason, but it's because I didn't have a fast track. It's not because I was trying to save money, bro. I'm frugal, but in weird ways. But it's not like.
No, I'm thankful that they finally gave this podcast a chance after how many times that I've mentioned that we should do it. And I hope by now that you guys enjoy doing this.
Oh yeah.
No, but hey, to be fair though, like the first couple times, I thought it was just like not a joke, but like, oh, we should start a podcast, you know, like
But now you feel like we're a podcast, right? Like,
oh yeah, like it definitely feels like looking back on it when you first threw the idea out there, I couldn't imagine us like actually, you know, each of us investing our own money, putting in, you know, for equipment, and like making a monthly, you know, trip down to SAC to hang out with you for a weekend and spend time recording stuff. Like when you first brought it up, like the initial seed for it, I definitely could not imagine we'd actually be doing it right now.
So how do you feel now with that we are?
Oh, I love it. Like I don't think it didn't take me this long to love the idea of a podcast. Yeah. Like I definitely think we've come a long way. Like I can see growth throughout each episode pretty much. We still have a lot of work to do, I think, to get to like high quality type podcasts. But like for, you know, just a couple of 23-year-olds not really knowing what the fuck they're doing, like I think this is a pretty good podcast.
I can finally say I'm 23 too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How do you feel about it, Jay?
I agree completely.
Okay, this man has no original thoughts.
Looks like this will be a trend for this podcast.
Though. Listen, when great minds like ours are thinking alike, it's just hard to...
I want in the comments, I want you guys count how many times Jalen says, I agree with you completely.
I'm going to change it up. Like, I concur 100%.
Next time, facts.
And then one after that, I'm on Nick's side with this one.
I'm going to piggyback off of Seth now.
It's like adding on to what you said.
No, but it's true, man. I'm thankful for you guys.
No,
yeah, likewise.
Without Haley, I mean, like, I think I'd go crazy without any real friends. Like just having Haley. That's not like a diss on Haley, but
no, definitely.
You definitely need more than one person in your life.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, it's inevitable. Like you guys won't always share the same interests, same hobbies, and sometimes you do want like a little bit of time away from that person.
Yeah, I need the boys. You know, we need some boy time.
Boy time is very been very positive.
Yeah, we all slept in the same room last night.
No, yeah, it's definitely fun to get to see you guys at least once a month.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's been more. Well,
yeah. I mean, sometimes you swing by. Maybe we'll grab a bite or something like that. You know, move some stuff around. Take forever to park the truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I definitely don't think we would be hanging out as much
without this, right?
Yeah, like this allows us to have a reason to come down here
for sure.
Which is also a reason that I suggested we do this podcast.
Yeah, which is great.
So we can just keep seeing each other.
I'm grateful that you threw this idea out there.
Yeah.
That's not my official one, but yeah, like it's a great thing.
Yeah, like pause. No, yeah. So we can move on to yours.
Okay. I don't know if mine is like an extension of the parents thing, but like I think I'm really grateful for the freedom that I have to do stuff. I know accounts from other people that I've, been close with, am close with, where their parents like trip a lot more, or they can't do a lot of things they want to do because of someone in their family, like preventing that from happening. I think it low key applies a little bit more to like daughters.
Yeah.
But
That that double standard too.
yeah, like for me, like don't get it wrong, like I had traditional immigrant Asian parents. My parents were decently strict on me growing up as a kid, right? Like, um, I've told you guys like where my friends would be like, oh, let's have a sleepover, right? Like elementary, and they're like, what the fuck is that? That's some white people shit. Like, we got a home right here, you got a bed right here. Like, why do you need to go over to someone else's house to sleep, right? And so, and like stuff like I couldn't play video games unless it was like a weekday or sorry, weekend or like a holiday, right? If it's a weekday and I had school, I'm not getting any gaming time. And it was, our gaming time that we did have was usually always closely monitored. And it was kind of like a flip of a switch low key. Like I would say late freshman year, early sophomore year, where I really started getting that like almost like unlimited access freedom, like a VIP treatment where like, I would just tell my parents like, oh, I'm not asking you anymore. I'm telling you like, oh, I'm going here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be at so and so's. Like, especially when like, in that time frame, friends are getting licenses or whatever. Like, I don't need to rely on you anymore to get me somewhere or to bring me back. So like, all of their kind of input just kind of went out the door. But like, they very well could have prevented me from doing that, but they didn't. And just like thinking of things I do now with the money I have, the financial freedom I have, right? And just like really could theoretically go off and do whatever I want, and like my parents wouldn't trip, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm really grateful that I get the opportunity to be able to, if I wake up late at night and I just want to go drive somewhere, I can do that, and they wouldn't be tripping.
Here comes the piggybacker. Oink oink, Jalen.
I could talk about something completely different if you want me to, but
No,
it's just like
all of these are hitting close.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. We're just jokes.
Mine didn't start till like senior year, I think, but
In terms of like freedom.
yeah, because not that I didn't have freedom, but I just had other responsibilities like baseball or student gov or whatever. Like it didn't really. I still had to rely on my parents to get me home or whatever because like they were gonna be there anyway. Type. I didn't really start going out until senior year, like, and the whole thing was, yeah, I'm going out. I'm not asking. I'm telling you, like, this is
that transition, right?
It
was always weird.
But then it started to turn into like an everyday type thing, and then my dad like had to pull me aside. He was like, "Hey, at least when your brother started doing this, he graduated high school first. Like, you're not even out of high school, and you're just out every day." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, my bad. I'll dial back a bit."
Where are you going?
Dude, okay. At this time, Mondays I had church, so I'd be there all day. Tuesdays, my friends we'd go to BJ's to get bazookies.
Oh, every Tuesday? Dang.
Every Tuesday.
That's lit.
$3, bro.
That's true.
It's not $3 anymore.
Not anymore. I was hella mad when I found out.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Did they completely take off the discount now? Like it's the
no,
same
it's
price
still discounted. I think it's like 5 or 6.
I think now.
What's original price?
7.
Oh, so you get like $1 or $2 off.
Yeah.
Versus like it used to be like half off.
Maybe it's 9 now. Maybe they raised the price for that too, and now it's like
damn.
But yeah.
So it's the same discount, but both prices moved up.
The brown one was so good.
Yeah, that's my favorite. No, cookies and cream is my favorite.
Yeah, yeah, keep going.
Oh, yeah.
But
so Wednesdays, what would you do?
Wednesdays, I feel like there was some other church thing that I had. I don't think I would do anything on Thursday, but then Fridays I would go out for breakfast, like before school, and then
early, huh?
After school we'd be out all night getting boba or like
just hanging
out with my friends.
Yeah.
I feel okay. So like, was it more the idea that you're just not home every day? Because like, can't you like low key? Can't you write off the 2 church ones? Like, I'm doing something related to the church.
No, yeah. But I mean, like, church ended at like, let's say 8:30, but I wouldn't be getting back home until like 10, 11.
Oh.
Because like we would go out after that, like get boba and like
just chill,
chilling out.
Got you.
I lost my train of thought. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, just having that freedom now, like, it's really jarring. Like when like I go out with Ella and like she has to ask permission to like go out, or like if we're gonna go on a trip, like you have to ask to use.
Yeah, got to clear it up with the parents first.
Yeah. with my parents, there have been times I forgot to tell them. Like, I'll be in Disneyland already, and they're like, "Hey, where are you?"
Oh yeah. Where are you telling us that? That's crazy, bro. Imagine you wake up, you go to your son's room, and he's like gone. So you call him, "Oh, did you go out today?" Like, I'm in Disneyland right now. What the fuck? I would have been. If I was
like,
your dad.
They were definitely like tripping, but also like I guess they understood. Like, okay, if that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
if he's gonna be anywhere, I'm glad he's somewhere with all those people. But like, he didn't even tell me that he was gonna go. Like,
That's crazy, but yeah, if I was your dad, I'd be like, damn, that's just hella far from, because especially
Yeah.
because you live in Hayward,
Yeah, like I can understand. Oh, I went out for breakfast, whatever. That's why I'm
Yeah.
not currently home.
or like
But-
maybe if you lived in LA
Yeah.
and then you went to Disneyland, then that's fine. But like you're literally like damn
Like the
near
whole-
6 hours away from your family.
at least, right? The whole trip, he didn't remember. He's just like on Space Mountain. All of a sudden, he's like, damn.
My mom really thinks I'm sleeping right now.
You got like the little pillows under the blanket, making the fake body.
That's crazy.
nah, I
bro.
gotta do all that. Like,
No, but it's just like I can definitely like. I've definitely like forgotten to tell my parents, like, let's say like, oh, I'm going over to my friend's house, and I've definitely forgotten to let them know like, oh, I'm spending the night. But like that's still within Hayward or like the Bay Area.
no,
Yeah.
the first time we came up for this podcast, I forgot to tell them. Like, they were like, yeah, they were like, "Hey, you coming home tonight?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm in Sacramento." For what? Like,
That's funny.
Nah, I don't think I've ever forgotten to tell my. The thing was, I always tell my parents, but then they forget.
yeah.
So like, I'm like in the Bay Area already, and my dad's like, "Where are you?" Like,
Well, I
bro, I
mean-
told you I'm going to the Bay. He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
Nowadays, they have my location. I figure if they really need to know where I'm at,
Yeah.
they can just check.
Well, my parents aren't that technologically
Yeah,
advanced.
that's
no,
funny
I set that up for them
because
That's it.
we have. Do you have Life 360 with them or?
No, I don't.
So it's just like it's basically like Find My Friends, but it's an actual app to share your location with. And my dad texted this morning saying, "Where's Zoe at?" Right, and then my sister responded. It was hecka funny. She said, "The next time somebody asks me where I am, I'm gonna turn off my Life 360 because you guys don't use it anyways." I thought it was hella funny because it's true. Because my mom's always like, "Zoe, where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? Like, what's the point of like?" My mom was low key paying a membership for the app for a minute too. So I was like, "Why are you paying your membership if you're just gonna continue to ask?"
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny though. You have another one? No,
Oh,
now-
yeah.
Now I gotta carefully think of one. Before
This is
finding it.
an extension of.
Let's go this way. It's just-
You have one ready?
no, yeah.
Yeah. okay.
Boomerang it back.
This is an extension of my parents, being grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for the way I was raised. Recently, I went out. I went out to dinner with my dad. We got pho, and then we were trying to find our way back home. We took the wrong turn. We drove through like not a very good neighborhood. There's like all those like apartments, like super small apartments that are like cramped together and like no parking and all that stuff. So my dad was like, "You should be grateful for like that you didn't have to grow up in this kind of environment." And I was like, "Yeah, like I don't think I don't think we've ever been poor." So I'm always grateful that like I've always had food, never had to worry about food, never had to worry about clothes, and just being able to like go to a Catholic school, everything was. I had a good life growing up, so grateful that I got to experience that and try to make the most of it. I guess. I guess.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn, that's hella fun. No, I genuinely, I was gonna say that. Like, and
All right, buddy.
I hella thought, I was like, okay, I'll get ahead of Nick because he didn't have the life that I had, like with
Yeah.
Catholic school and stuff. But then,
You just gotta cut me off at one point.
oh damn. No, I feel like, not to like take it away from gratitude or anything, because obviously I'm super grateful. But I remember seeing this Dave Chappelle sketch when he's talking about like how people that grew up like that kind of lifestyle, like Nas and like growing up in the projects, like they don't understand the pain of like being rich, like to be like middle class, but like poor enough to be like among the white people, like
Yeah.
because then you go to your white friend's house and everything works. And, like you ain't gotta worry about like
You gotta plug it in properly or whatever.
any of that. But like no, I definitely felt like that growing up. Like I never felt poor. Never felt like, even though like my mom would say that we were, I
Yeah.
never felt like that. Like if I couldn't get something, I just felt like, oh, I can't get it today. Like I'll get it next time or whatever. Like or it's just because that's not something that we need.
Yeah, it's always an option though.
Yeah,
It's always it's always possible.
right. Like they always got me like the newest systems they could.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a laptop for as long as I've could remember, basically.
Yep.
Like
I've had a phone since second grade.
Damn.
First grade, actually. First grade.
Damn.
I think you got me beat. I got mine when I was 8, so third grade.
For
Third
what?
grade.
Well, I was going to school in Dublin, so like
I was just like, oh, just in case
just
something
like
happens.
something, you know.
Mine was
so
just to
far
call my
away from
parents,
home.
basically, anytime I needed.
My first phone was 8th grade.
See, it's different for everybody.
But no, yeah, like
That's my first iPhone.
My first iPhone was freshman year. Like right before we got to LPS, I got an iPhone because I was not trying to get roasted.
no, but I actually did grow up poor. I think honestly, I think like my family's still considered poor. Because like first and foremost, we're a single, like income household, but I would say my parents definitely made the most with what we had. But there was definitely I recall very vividly. There's a lot of most of the arguments that they ever have stems from some kind of financial reason. So anyone who says money doesn't make you happy, you know, they don't know what they're talking about. But for our specific scenario, like I was definitely like blessed as well. Like for someone like for the amount of money my dad was bringing in, there's no reason why I had an Xbox 360 and a PS3 concurrently.
Mm-hmm.
Like that doesn't make sense. Like the amount of like games and stuff we had was not representative of the money he was bringing in. Like a funny story, or it's not really funny, but quick story. My dad has been using. He has this old ass Toshiba laptop, bro. I don't even know how old it is. I would say prior to 2005.
Damn.
He's been using that for the longest. And you know, if anyone knows anything about computers, like a few years after when you first buy it, it's gonna start slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine like you're living in 2022, you try to use a 2005 laptop, right? I don't think you can get like you probably have like Windows Vista on it.
I don't even know how that thing works.
But he had been using that for the longest, bro. Like I remember, like you know, obviously I have a built PC in my room. I have a work laptop. I have a Surface. You know, he didn't buy those for me. I bought those myself. But like he's like the type who's like never really taken any money for himself to like spoil himself. You know, like obviously my mom is a little bit different where like she's definitely taking there's been times where like she spends a little bit more money on herself, right, on something she buys. My dad had never been that type of person to be like, oh, I'm gonna buy something nice for myself. And so my brother, I think a couple months ago, he had gotten like a bonus or something like that for his work. And so he, you know, he like messaged like all the family members, like the immediate family members, like, oh, like or actually no, he didn't, because he talked to me. He asked me like what I want, like I could buy you something real quick, and he, you know, he bought me a couple pairs of pants, and then he bought a laptop for my dad, like a brand new one, and he was saying like, yeah, like haven't you realized like dad never really takes the time or the money to like treat himself to something, like
Yeah.
most of his money really like, you know, goes through my mom, and like growing up he took care of us or whatever, but like he's never one to like take care of himself. And like, you know, when you say it like that, it's like it's so easy to look back on like, dude, he's still like every winter or whenever he's cold, bro, he still be wearing these sweaters and this sweatsuit like that he's had since he was like I was a kid. Like I remember, like you can see like the collar super discolored, like
And distressed and
yeah, like it's like the sweater is navy, but you can see like the bleached brown shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Like around the collar, there's holes and stuff. Like damn, bro, like he's it's really been like that. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy to think about, like how it was for us.
But look how you turned out.
Yeah.
So
I think it's weird though, because like people say like if you grew up poor, there's two things. You either turn out one of two ways, right? If you got money, right, you either like still super save it and you're super frugal because of like that kind of trauma, right? Where you're like, I don't know where my next so and so is going to be, like I don't know where my next meal is going to come from, whatever. Like I feel like I need to have money for the sake of having it as like a safety blanket, so to speak, or whatever, right? And I'm the opposite of that. Like I like buy stuff that I could have bought myself when I was younger.
because you can.
Yeah,
right?
now that I have
Yeah.
my own money and I don't have to worry about shit. Is it on sale? Is it gonna place a burden on, you know, my parents' finances? Like since it's not my own money, I'm gonna buy whatever, bro. And y'all know I'll be buying shit.
Yeah. Yeah. My turn again. Let's see. Oh yeah. I think I'm grateful that I know what makes myself happy. If that kind of makes sense,
That's very specific, but it's a good one.
right? Like I'm grateful that I know what my hobbies are. That I don't have to like keep trying new things to find out what I like, because like I love photography and I love like making videos, and playing sports is like a big part of my life. So I'm grateful that I'm grateful that I'm still able to do that. You know, health wise. Like I got some like, pretty bad knees, honestly. Like
Mine are horrible.
yeah, like after so I played football for the first time since high school a couple of weeks ago, and I literally it hurt to walk after a while, and I feel like this happens to a lot when you get older too. You can't really see it on the video, but there's this part right here. It's called your patella tendon or something like that, and I felt it the first time ever last year, where I like jumped for a basketball and I landed and I was like, oh, what the hell is that? Right? And then this bump, you see this bump right here? It formed.
Dang,
So
from that hop,
Yeah.
like that rebound or
So-
whatever.
and then I have it on both sides now.
Ooh.
So I probably just got to do some stretches and like, there's definitely ways to. There's this guy on TikTok called Knees Over Toes guy, and he's like big on knee strength because your knees are like super important. So I gotta start like doing all that shit. But like when I played football, bro, I literally asked Haley if she had ice and wraps so I can like just sit on the couch and just ice my knees, because like sometimes it hurts to go upstairs.
Ooh. Yeah, I've never.
But
had-
shit, I'm still able to run, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers couldn't catch me.
I don't think it's ever gotten to that point for me because I run a lot, so I do get runner's knee, but I've never like, and it's sore and it hurts or whatever. But I don't think I've ever. I mean, first of all, I don't have an upstairs in my house, right? But I don't think it's ever been to a point where like I feel like I can't walk, like, oh, I need to compress it with ice or whatever.
Yeah, but I think also when I looked it up, they talked about like load management.
Or Kawhi,
Not like that, but like in terms of weight.
like weight distribution and stuff.
Yeah, because like I feel like I'm still as active as I was before when I was younger and skinnier, but like I weigh like 30 pounds heavier than when I was in high school. So like jumping, I feel like I can still jump the same height that I could in high school, but when I land,
Yeah,
there's
just
more
places a
weight. So
bigger
it's-
burden. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
No,
That's why I
yeah.
feel like this happened.
Oh, dude, I was about to say something. I totally lost it. You were mentioning.
High school weight, knees,
No, it was something related to.
patellar tendons.
Fuck, I lost
It
it.
just keeps going farther and farther.
I lost it.
My bad, brother.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, I'm grateful.
Oh, sorry, I got it back.
Okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think
I'm grateful for sports.
I think a quick difference is also like the type of things you do are like much more, for a lack of better words, we'll say aggressive, right? Because if I'm running, right, it's mostly in a straight line. I'm
Yeah.
not really like trying to juke anyone out,
Yeah,
not
that's
doing
true.
any like quick twitchy
Yeah.
maneuvers
It's
or
more
anything
dynamic.
like that. Yeah.
Where
So-
running is more constant, and
Yeah, it's more uniform. Like I
Yeah.
don't really change any movement. I mean,
unless you go faster or
Yeah,
slow down heka fast.
but still though, like in comparison to like playing like football, like
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
run a route and like
I
all that
was
stuff.
I was literally running for my life because I was trying not to get sacked. A quick funny story. There's this. So when I played football, we were playing flag. So you have to grab the flag every time.
The most recent time you played?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to grab the flag, and I was playing quarterback, and I have a blocker, and the other team has a rusher, right? And this guy was probably, he was a 6'5", maybe 230. He was a big dude, right? And my blocker was maybe like 5'8", maybe like 210, but he was built too, but he could not stop that 6'5", 230 guy. And I tell him, I was like, bro, just give me a little bit of time, please. And there was one play where I got the ball off, but dude actually hit me on accident, so I like fell on my ass. But like it felt cool. I was like, oh damn. And he helped me up. He's like apologizing. He's like, my bad, bro. I forgot to go for the flag. He's like, I played tackle football all my life. But that shit was like, when I got hit, I was like, damn, that shit woke me up. That was fun though. So yeah, shout out that guy. I'm grateful for you for hitting me,
Knocking some sense into me.
making me run more.
Oh shoot.
Alrighty, you want?
Dude, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think
You have?
I'm like, yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap out. Like the only things I have left are core memories, and I don't even have much of that.
We're chilling, bro. We're on a 45-minute mark, so
45.
yeah.
I mean, if
Okay.
you guys can keep, you know, if you
I'll
can,
keep
if you
it
can bring one up
going.
and you can piggyback off that, and you just keep that cycle going.
Nick's trying to get rid of that duff.
Listen,
The duff label.
Duff label. Trying to put it on Jay.
it's not my fault. I was talking last every time.
No, it's not good. It's just banter, bro. It's just joke.
No. I just messed up. Damn it, made me lose my train of thought though.
Sorry.
I am thankful for, like, honestly, like entertainment. I guess like shows, movies. Like, I feel like
Dude, I never would have thought of that.
We're living in a very like golden time of just entertainment.
true, yeah.
Honestly,
So much is being pumped out right now.
like as a Spider-Man fan, like
Ooh.
you have to be excited right now. There's just so much like happening, like whether it's animated, video games, like live action, everything is going on for that. There's so much anime that I'm just like falling in love with right now. Like I'm actually starting to read manga because I'm like, I can't wait for the anime
Yeah.
to like. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it when it gets there, but I'm like, I need to know what happens next right now. Like,
Yeah.
it's taking too long for like this week by week shit is not cutting it.
Do you remember when Haiku ended and I texted you?
The anime, yeah,
Yeah. I literally I was texting Jay about like how the ending is, and then I was literally like, "Look, dude, I can't wait." And I read I finished the rest of the series, and I was like, "Bro, Jay, they have enough for 2 more seasons, bro." He's like, "No way."
See,
Oh,
that,
like
that's
you,
what I
like
can't.
you couldn't
do.
wait for the anime to come out again, so you started reading it.
Yeah, because it's still not out. It's been like 2 years.
Yeah,
shit.
they're coming out with the movie. That's gonna be it.
Yeah.
Is that connected to the plot?
Yeah. But like, Haiku is the only one that I hate. As much as I want to, that's the one I want to read the most. Just because, like Seth said, I want to know what
I
happens
had
next.
to, bro.
But I promised my friend that like I would wait for it to get animated, and like he's waiting to read it too. I told him like if whenever they stop animating, like I'm reading the manga like full through after that. Like I don't care. Like
So it's been 2 years since the last season.
Damn.
damn,
Yeah. Yeah.
movie comes out next year, and I think that's gonna be the end of it.
Yeah. It has been because I remember it finished in October, I think, or November
Yeah.
of 2020.
Dang.
That was an intense.
Yeah. Imagine being a One Piece fan, bro.
Right? It was 2020, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
One Piece, dude, that's another.
Like,
I
anime
wanted to
only
start that, but especially when I saw that tweet from her saying like everything you've seen before, like to this point, has basically been like the prequel. Like this is where One Piece truly starts. I'm like,
What do
you
you
went
mean?
through
What-
1,000 episodes and that was just the prequel. Like,
Someone tweeted that?
the creator,
Oh, really?
like the manga. I don't know how to pronounce it. Mangaka is that?
yeah. The art, the author.
the author,
whatever,
yeah.
He tweeted that himself?
She.
Oh, whoever
But yeah.
tweeted that
Yeah.
themselves?
Yeah. They were saying
That's
like everything
crazy.
that you like. Thank you for being part of this journey so far. I'm happy to tell you like this is where One Piece truly begins, or something like that. So like, and that was just like a couple of months ago. I feel like, or like
That was
fairly recently.
referring to the anime?
No. But to the manga and the anime.
No, because like I know that the manga obviously has a lot of more
Yeah,
chapters
yeah.
versus like episodes.
Yeah.
But damn, because like okay, like me being a One Piece fan, right? I don't remember a lot because obviously
There's
because
so much.
Of how much.
yeah, and how early when it first came out. Right, I was younger. I wasn't paying much. I was the type of manga reader to focus more on the pictures and the words. So like at the time, like when I was younger and I really got into it, I didn't remember much about it. But like I can confidently say though, like what's happening now is so much more like interesting than what I remember from reading back then. Because like in the beginning too, they make a lot of passing glances at stuff you finally find out after like a mad long time. It's like, damn, bro, like you took so long to reveal that I almost forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, being a One Piece fan is tough.
Did you guys watch Invincible?
No.
On Amazon
it's
Prime?
On my
Yes,
list.
yes.
I
Yeah.
didn't get there yet. Though.
Bro, did you see that there's like multiple volumes and each book is like this thick, right?
Is it like a graphic novel? Or
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And each book is like super thick, and we're barely. The first season is like barely touching the first,
Yeah, like the surface of all the content.
of the first volume. So that's like they have so much. I don't know how they're gonna like.
But that just makes more sense though. So it's so much easier to write and then just publish a big volume versus
Yeah.
like.
But
taking time to animate it.
But the amount that we went through season 1
Whoa,
was already crazy. Like
Yeah.
so much character arc.
yeah, exactly, right? And then to think that's only the tip of the
Yeah,
iceberg.
exactly. That's
It's
what
crazy.
That's why it's kind of like One Piece is like that's the prequel, bro. Like what else you got,
Yeah.
bro? It's been 1,000 episodes.
But I feel like then at that point you'll just never watch it, huh? Because like you
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna get there. It's too good for me to not watch it.
no, but isn't that because like I really want to get into it, but there's like I'm just gonna throw out an arbitrary number. There's like 400 something plus episodes. Like I don't know, bro. Like that's a lot to get into.
That's
But
just
then,
because
like,
I don't have the time right now, though.
oh, I thought like people when the people say that like, but like because my mindset was like if you say that now,
It's just gonna
yeah,
progressively
it's just
get
gonna
worse.
keep piling, and then by the time so you really want to do it, it's now at 500 plus episodes. Like, are you really gonna commit to that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, when you find time to do it, it's definitely a worthwhile franchise to get into.
Yeah. I think what you call it, the show that I'm most excited about right now. Ooh, actually, there's a lot. See,
So
I
grateful.
was, the one that I'm most the first one that comes to mind is My Hero Academia, just because like they're in the anime, they're in the middle of a war, and it's just like every episode has just been getting crazier and crazier,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, my god, like. But I can't read. Well, I can read the manga for that, but it's just easier to watch that because it's a lot of fighting and moving pieces, and like it's hard to get that from pictures.
Manga be cliffhanging too much though, or not manga, but anime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's like they make me angry, bro.
Dude,
It's like,
yeah.
bro, come on.
Bro, I was reading one. It's weird. I don't remember the name right now off top. I don't think it's actually a manga. It's like, you know, like if it's a different country that's not Japan, it's like something different. Like I think like China's like manhua or something,
Yeah.
like or whatever. So it's not Japanese, but like it shows like the upload dates, and I looked at it like I check every day for an update. Right? It was like last updated 8 months ago. I was like, fuck, dude, like. But another good one is One Punch Man.
Oh yeah.
You guys have
that's
never
on my
watched
list.
it or
I
whatever.
haven't
Like
looked
that's
at it.
so funny, bro. Like,
Saitama.
dude,
But I heard that the anime is not as good as the manga, or like it doesn't do it justice.
I've never watched it. I've only been reading because it's still obviously in progress. So I
Yeah.
read every new update. Bro, it's such a great one though. I can attest for reading. Reading wise, it's great.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say about the anime because I've never watched it. But great story, very funny.
But yeah. So in general, entertainment.
Yes, grateful.
That's a great one. I
Yeah.
never would have thought of that.
Do you count video games as entertainment too? Then
I was about to.
yeah.
I was about to
Obviously,
spin off
yeah.
of that,
Isn't
but
that
yeah.
just like
yeah. So
unspoken of? Yeah, it's definitely entertainment.
grateful that there's always been a video game that I've enjoyed. Yeah.
Thankful for a world that I can escape in
Mm.
when this one is a little.
Go in GTA, kill some bitches real quick.
Bro,
You angry? Have you ever done that?
not GTA. There's been there was a point in my life where like when I was playing Sleeping Dogs, which is it's GTA esque, and it's I don't maybe it's the connection to Hong Kong because that's where it takes place, but like bro, I would be playing it and I was like just get lost in it, bro. Like for real, like I'd be playing it. And then I look at the time, I was like, damn, is this late already? Like, I want to keep playing it though. Like, I'm not trying to go to sleep or whatever.
That one more mission.
Yeah.
Dude, it was just so like, I say it to this day, bro. They really need a sequel. I know that financially it's probably not a great move because like it's like I find like it's probably like a cult classic. Like it has a cult following, but it's not like mainstream or anything. So like numbers wise, they probably wouldn't do well or meet any targets. But like, dude, it's such an underrated game, and like. There was it's funny that you say like when you get mad you go off, you kill some people in GTA or whatever. There's like in that game there's like I don't know if you call it medals, but like
Trophies, kind of.
well it's like it's within the game, so like there's
Oh.
achievements associated with Steam or Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
But like within the game, there's like things like, oh, how long you've driven safely. So like how long you've driven at a certain speed without hitting anything, and that's like, and then certain times will be like considered like gold, bronze, whatever, right? And that can be linked to an achievement. And so there's one where like you have to get a specific like kill streak, and like it's not, but it's timed though. So like if you don't get a kill in a certain amount of time after your previous kill, it'll reset that kill streak, bro. So like what I was doing, I was at this club. In the game, it's called Club Bam Bam. Bro, so what you can do is like a lot of times if you get cops, right, you get some heat level on you. Cops usually don't follow you into buildings or they're very slow to do it. Like I'm in the club, right? I'm like camping the hallway, like the main entrance, because there's only one way in, and they'll be like slowly aiming in like this, and like they push through the door. You can like pretty much kill them before they kill you, right? And so, bro, I did that for like a 60 kill streak or something, bro. Like I was just killing cops over and over. And it's funny because you progressively see them. Like at first they're like your regular little traffic cop, tucked in collar shirt to their pants, and then you start seeing like the SWAT like people come in and like the actual like armored vehicles and whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just funny to see like they are really murking all y'all.
That's what I would do for GTA when I get 5 stars. I literally have the cheat codes on my phone so I can get invincibility, like super jump, fast run, and the unlimited ammo and like guns and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I run out of ammo, I just have to put it in. But the invincibility sucks because it only lasts 5 minutes. So
you
I,
like keep
putting it
putting
in.
the
so
code
yeah, so I have to find a hiding spot and then put in the code real quick. Because if I don't
while
put
you're
it in,
5 stars.
yeah,
Right.
because they're gonna shoot me right away.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Like I can do that for like 30 minutes. Just
Have you guys ever
keep
played
going.
Saints Row?
No.
No.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Saints Row the Third is actually really funny. So you have like an in-game phone similar to like GTA 5, right? So you can upgrade your character. You can pretty much make your character invisible to everything, like through upgrades. Like you earn money and you can spend that currency. The only thing you cannot, because the thing is like it's separated in different categories, right? So like your upgrade could be like damage, right? It'll be like 25% less damage from assault rifles, 25% less damage from whatever. So you have to and the last upgrade for each of those categories would be like you no longer take damage from that. And so the only thing you can get killed by if you max your character out is melee damage. There's no melee reduction upgrade. But you can't die from fall damage. You can't die from any gun, explosive, whatever. So I remember there's a glitch. There was this glitch with the AK. Because there were certain assault rifles you can have, and the AK you could you could upgrade the guns as well. So like the AK, when you max it out, you get a grenade launcher on it. So I had an infinite ammo, right? And so if you're shooting the grenade launcher portion of it, there's like a delay, like of how much you can come out. Like it's not like it comes out as fast as I can pull the trigger.
Right.
But I found a glitch where like, and this is like me finding it myself, like on some bullshit. If you crouch, you can spam it. And dude, I would rack up so many stars, dude. Like I would literally decimate like the whole neighborhood, bro.
My
Just
God.
being a menace.
That's crazy.
Entertainment definitely underrated as something to be grateful. Like
Yeah.
it's so ingrained in my life. I wouldn't have even thought
Yeah.
to think of it.
Shout out Jalen.
Look at me being original.
Hella original.
Snaps. Hella original.
Shout
Shout out
out
Wandera
Wandy.
too. We're 57 minutes in. I feel like we can each hit like just one core memory then.
All right, bet.
You want to start us off?
Oh, me? Okay. Let me see. So there was one. I think I remember it a lot better too because the fact that it was a girl. So in junior year summer of high school, so rising senior, I was working at Office Depot, and the Office Depot I worked at, it was like a couple employees max because it wasn't super big. So like pretty much like everyone has to work the register at some point. It's just like the amount of employees you have in the store, it's not possible to stretch them out without doing that, right? So I'm technically a sales associate, right? I'm supposed to be, what was the word? Zoning and pulling back stock and helping customers. Like we had a thing where like you had to approach customers and you like call it out on your little thing, like there's a guest wearing a plaid shirt in aisle whatever. I approached them and they said that they didn't need any help, like just to like show your managers you're actually doing it, right? And so I was at the register one day, right? I'm checking this girl like out, like not like that
at the register.
Yeah,
Yes.
And like I'm scanning, putting in bags, whatever, and she just mentioned like, oh, I really like your hair. And then she's like, oh, I like your glasses too, they're very cool. And she was like kind of cute too, so I was like, oh, thank you. And I think about it to this day, like I need a serotonin booster. It's like, this girl really thought I was kind of cute.
Core memory right there for sure.
Yeah, even though it's, you could call it relatively late in life, like it wasn't super early on.
That's fine.
That's okay. I don't know if I said this in the last pod or in a recent podcast or not, but I feel like we just don't get that many compliments as guys. That
Definitely, bro.
when we finally do get them, it's
Yeah.
like,
That's top shelf, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I definitely like Nick. I had when I was working at Target.
Still Starbucks. Still Starbucks, but
Yeah,
Target's
still Starbucks, but Target. I had a girl come up and like after I made her drink and everything, she came back and she was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. Like I don't usually do this, but I was wondering if you had a girlfriend." And I was like, no, technically, but I am talking to someone. Like, this is like when I just started talking to Ella, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, just forget I said anything." And she went to it. I was like, "Wait, hold on. Like, thank you. Like, because again, that's just
Yeah.
you. Not only did you think that I was good enough looking to want to approach me, but you actually went out of your way to do it.
Yeah, like the courage. Like I'm definitely flattered. Like even if I don't get with anyone or whatever, right? It's like the idea, like damn, like you took the time to let me know, like, oh, you think I'm cute or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely gonna be giddy the rest of my shift.
Oh, I was.
Like
My coworker was looking at me the whole time because like he was like peeking over his shoulder, like, "What's going on? Like, that just happened." Like, but no, I think mine, the one that I like immediately thought of when we were thinking of this prompter idea, there was one baseball tournament where like I was just playing out of my bag, bro. Like I'm talking like no balls were dropping in my air. Like I was making diving catches left and right, throwing people out from center field.
Sheesh.
Like,
could have gone pro.
I had 2 walk-offs within the same tournament.
Damn.
Like not home runs or anything, but just like 2 walk-off hits.
Yeah.
And like one was to win the championship.
Sheesh.
So I was just like,
a championship too. I'm the man. Of
Jalen the man Armstrong. Come on.
like, bro, I never felt more like a true baseball. Like that was like my haiku moment when I got hooked on baseball, because I was like, I can actually be good. Because like up until that point, like I could play defense. Like I could, if I was on base, it was bad. Like people knew like
You're stealing.
I'm stealing and I'm getting that base. But the only problem was I sucked at hitting. Like getting on base was my hardest part for a long time. So like having a tournament like that when like I was so crucial to the team and like I was doing anything and everything and like I was the reason that we won was like, bless you.
Bless you.
Definitely like top tier moment in my life and like a core memory for sure.
Bro was putting up Babe Ruth numbers.
Dude, from the first game I was like, oh, I'm feeling good. Like this is gonna be
It's
good.
like the whole tournament you're just on fire.
I was on fire, bro.
That's
like,
crazy. That's like every kid's dream to have like a buzzer beater to win something.
Yeah.
Or like what was it called, Grand Slam to
Oh, yeah.
to win it
Walk-off
all or
Grand Slam.
something. Yeah, shit like that. So I'm happy that you got to actually experience it, bro. That's dope.
Yeah.
Kind of piggyback out.
Oh, the tables
low
are
key.
turned, huh?
Yeah. This is sports related as well. Kind of like I was in my bag, but for a different sport. This is for basketball. When I so from I think 2nd grade to 5th grade, I was on the A team, which for Catholic school or CYO, they had each school usually had an A team, which is like all the good, better kids, and then
Like
the B team.
varsity, pretty
Yeah,
much, right?
varsity and JV basically. So for the majority, for 2nd to 5th grade, I was on varsity, but I was never getting playing time. Like you're technically supposed to give every player at least 2 minutes a quarter, but I was getting 2 minutes in the 4th only. So then like we were like getting upset about that, and then so 6th grade, my dad asked me if I wanted to go to the B team, and I was like, dang, B team, that sounds like you never,
demotion,
like a
yeah.
demotion. But he was like, nah, I'm gonna be coach, and you're gonna like obviously you're gonna be playing the most because you've come from the A team and you're like one of the better kids. So and when we had tryouts for CYO, it was always separated. Like one side of the court is A team tryouts, and the other side is B team. So when I got there, all my A team friends were like, "Oh, what's up?" And they see me go to B team, and they're like, "Oh, what the heck?" And then all the B team guys are like, "Seth's coming to B team?" And then, so yeah, and then I of course made the team, and then my dad was coach, and I think it was the 3rd game of the season, I dropped 18 points, and we won the game, and then I didn't know how much I was scoring. I was just like scoring, like, and then the assistant coach, she came up to me. She's like, "Dude, Seth, you scored 18 points," and it was like that's like unheard of for B team, you know, so, especially for 6th grade basketball. So that's why I was like, "Oh dang, I'm lucky leading this team," you know. So that's a good core memory of having like I just felt like the man like in my bag during that, but like. B team, we still didn't win no championship like Jay did, but you know, it was like one game was like a core memory. Like I did really good. You have any more, Nick?
I had one more, but it's very similar.
That's fine. Go for it.
It was, remember how like in junior year, funny enough, junior year again, was like when I really had like, I'll call it a makeover, where I like actually got kind of more like interested and serious about how I dressed myself, and like how far I could stretch the limit of looking like fashionable while adhering to dress code. Because for our high school we had like a dress code. It was kind of loose though. It was like a collared shirt of a specific color and a pant of a specific color, but it wasn't like a hard set uniform per se. And I know some people who would have like a cut collar and just put it over their t-shirt or something.
That's funny.
So they could get there. Like Samantha had one, bro. Like she had like a dress shirt thing where she just cut like around the collar part so she can slip it into like something, and it looks like you have a collar on at the gate, but once you get it, you just take it off. I think you said Danny had one too.
Yeah, he did.
But anyway, so I don't know if you guys remember this, but so at the time I was pretty much exclusively shopping from like H&M and Forever 21 though.
Cotton On, remember Cotton On?
Yeah, but I'd never bought anything from them. I always wanted to, like their joggers. They were like the pioneer of joggers, low key.
Yeah, I got like 3 pairs of those when they.
But yeah, anyway, so I had this. You guys might remember, might not. I had this like floral bomber.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was like green, and I remember actually Sada complimented me on that too. But like I was with my mom, so I remember the exact fit too. So I went with my mom to SF. It was like around the area. I don't know what the area is called, but it was like where like the big Macy's Christmas tree would be and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Is it Jack something Square?
Jack
No,
London
that's-
Square.
is
No,
that-
that's
Oakland?
that's just
Oh,
Union
sorry.
Square.
Union
Yeah,
Square?
Union
Union
Square.
Square? Okay, yeah. So I was around that area, right? So me and my mom were there for whatever reasons, right? My fit was, so I'm wearing that floral bomber jacket. I'm wearing a plain white tee under. I got these like dark blue, what's the word for it? Like, I guess biker denim. Like where it has that pattern. You know what I'm talking about?
The lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At right here. Like, and I was wearing these like floral Vans. They weren't real Vans. They were in the like silhouette of a Vans classic, I would say, but it was actually like shoes from Old Navy. And that was my fit, right? And I was wearing it, and me and my mom were waiting at like a pedestrian light, like the crosswalk for turn for us, and some random dudes, like young dudes, like around my age, maybe a little bit older, like, "Hey, I really like your jacket, bro. Like your fit is nice." I was like, "Oh, thanks, bro." And it's just like the idea that like a stranger would come up to me and actually like compliment what I was wearing at the time. I was like, "Damn, I'm really him."
That's twice. See,
Compliments,
He's
bro.
2 compliments in his life. He can remember them on top of his head.
Yep.
That's how little we get.
Remember the whole fit too.
Yeah, I think I have a compliment. I'm trying to think of one because you guys said one. I never. Oh, okay. I remember one. I was I think I was 12, and this is I think the weirdest compliment I ever got. So because so we were at
Bro, no. It's not related to hip. I just thought of one, like another compliment one that really should have been the core memory one. But I'll let you go and you go first
Okay,
before
sorry.
I'm trying to
we
hold
were
on
at,
to it.
Yeah, we were at Venice Beach, me and my family, and I'll tell you, I remember exactly what I was wearing because I have a picture of it on Facebook. I was wearing that hat I mentioned, the "I am the greatest" snapback, and then I had glasses that, what are those called, that get darker? Transition lenses.
Yeah.
So they look like sunglasses, but they were my glasses. I was wearing a white t-shirt, some like shorts like these, just black shorts, and then I had a gray hoodie that was tied around my waist. Right? I was like basic ass. We literally just got there. That was like the first thing we did. I was like coming out of the truck, and then these 2 girls came up to me, and they were like, I think like probably like 16, 17. Right, and I was like 12, and they came up to me like, "Oh my gosh, I really like your outfit. Can we take a picture with you?"
Oh,
And I was like, at first, I was like, "What the fuck am I wearing right now?" I'm wearing a white T-shirt, bro. So they're like, I took a picture with them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, thank you, you're so cute." And then they left, and then my mom was like, "Aba, ang yabang naman."
Pogi naman, ah.
And I was
It's
like,
that Riz, bro. It's that Riz.
and I was just like, "Bro, what? I'm not wearing anything special right now, but I was like, I'll take it, you know."
Bro was damn near risen seniors as a middle schooler, bro.
I had that dog in me.
Since day one.
Oh shit.
All right, go ahead. What was that? That should have been
Okay,
the
but
core memory.
it's super related. So when I went, I think it was my written test. When I went to take it, and then like, is that when they take your picture too? And that's the one they use on your license,
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
right? So I went there to take it. It was when I had the terrible, like bleached hair because I did it myself. So I had that. I was wearing. I remember the exact fit too.
I'm just gonna say that bleach job was absolutely horrendous.
It was terrible. Okay, the top was great because it was actually even, but the sides were super.
the sides and the
patchy.
back. I was like,
Definitely patchy.
You can see it
didn't
in the
even
vlog.
notice it until,
Yes,
like-
you can see it in the vlog.
I didn't notice it until like
Well, I pointed it
you
out.
pointed it out, honestly.
Yeah.
No, because at the time I thought I was so fucking fire, but like now I have chemical burns scars to show
Still?
for it. But they don't go away. Like whenever I get like a fade, you can see it on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had that. I had the. You guys remember I had like a. It's not quite maroon. It's like a little bit lighter than it, but it was like a hoodie, but it had like a lot of distressing on it. Do you guys remember that hoodie?
Yes.
That I wore? Yeah, so I was wearing that. I was wearing some light blue jeans. And so, I took my test, right? The written portion, and I went to take my picture. So everyone, I guess my dad told everyone that I was his son, right? At the time of. So like all his coworkers, like the dude taking my picture, he said, "Oh, you're Oliver's son." I was, "Yeah." And he's like, "Hey, like no lie, like you look like a model." And I was like, "Nah, it's not like stop trying to gas me up, like whatever, right? Like I'm just your little coworker's son, bro." And he's like, "No, like for real, like I do some like part-time work or like side hustle type shit with like models and stuff. Like I think you could be one, like for real, and stuff like." I was like, "Nah, I'm not even tall. I'm like pretty short, whatever." He's like, "No, like we like just looks wise, and you got the hair down and stuff, and like and there's different height models too. Like you could definitely be a model, like if you're interested, I could like actually like put you on type shit." I said no because I thought he was bullshitting me still, right?
Damn.
But just thinking about it, and like even afterwards, like when I took the picture, right, I was like, "This is who you think is a model, bro? Like come on, man, like, stop."
Stop it.
Gassing me up or what?
Yeah, but I think that definitely would top the original two. Maybe not the girl because it was actually a girl.
Yeah.
But I think it definitely tops the floral bomber one. But I feel like you guys had it much better. You got a girl actually come up to you to like interested in you. You had two girls wanting pictures, bro.
I don't know. Maybe that girl was just shy. Maybe Jay just got lucky with the girl that had the courage that day.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows, bro? But Jay, you
Because
have
I mean,
one?
she still complimented you.
Yeah, definitely. It's not easy to do.
Well, okay. I have two. One I'll tell for sure. The second one I'm not sure if I want to say because it's kind of weird.
It's all good. It's all good.
But no, when you were talking about going to the DMV and like getting a picture taken, the second time I went, like before I got the change to the horizontal one, I guess. No, when I was getting changed to the horizontal one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can you do that?
What do you mean?
Like you can just go and say, "Can I get the horizontal one?"
Well, your
You
old
have to wait
ID
in the line and
expires.
stuff,
Oh,
right?
and your old one has to expire, right?
Oh, it has to first.
No, it doesn't have to, but like I just waited until it expires.
Because mine, I still have the vertical.
You're still
one.
vertical.
Mhm.
Dang.
You're still good.
Yeah.
What does it expire? It's always a birthday,
I think next
right?
year.
Yeah.
I think next year on my birthday.
But it was like the first time I had been to the DMV, obviously with my hair like longer, and like when it was time to take my picture, the guy was like, he was looking at me, he's like, "Hey, are you Filipino?" And that already caught me off guard because most of the time people look at me and they just assume I'm black or like they know I'm mixed, but they don't know what I'm mixed with. So like I was like, "Oh yeah, actually I'm half Filipino," and so he was like, "Dude, yeah, I knew it because I don't know why, but like honestly." Your hair is phenomenal. And I was like, what? Like, me? My hair? Like, because, like, again, like, you guys know me. Like, I've had a buzz cut for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Shit was still fresh though.
yeah.
The
But, like,
lineup with the lineup too.
but like, to have someone compliment me on my hair, because I always just heard, oh, you're bald. Like, yeah, it looks good, but
Yeah.
you're
All right.
bald. Like,
All right, little Bill.
I got that all the time. I still get that from my girlfriend.
A little bit.
No, but yeah, like from going from one side of the spectrum to like another.
Yeah. And then to get a compliment on my hair, I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I told my mom about it, and I would not shut up about it for like a good week. She was just like, she's like, phenomenal hair, huh? Like,
Was it a choice? Like, did you just always decide to buzz your head, or was it like your parents kind of made you have that haircut?
they didn't make me. It was just like what I knew and I was comfortable with.
Easy maintenance too.
Like I hated the idea of like having to wake up and do my hair.
Especially,
Like,
it's so much different to do Jalen's kind of hair too
Yeah.
than it is for us because our hair is just straight.
No, yeah. Well, mine's wavy.
Oh yeah,
I don't have straight hair, but
well, it's easier.
no,
than,
yeah,
it's still
definitely
easier than
comparative.
curls.
Comparative to yeah.
I want to see Jalen grow an
fucker.
afro. You said your brother has one, right?
he did. I can show you a picture later.
I want to see Jay with that. Just take off a hoodie. Just that'd be sick.
The other one, you can tell me if it is appropriate or not. Because you said the weirdest compliment you ever got. Do you remember being in the RC and someone gave me a really weird compliment.
Mm-hmm.
I think, are we referring to
Yeah.
some liquid perhaps?
Yep.
That's weird.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
It's yeah, across the low key. There was this one girl in high school that kind of wanted like the whole squad at different points. Like she had a crush on Seth at one point. She had a
Which
crush
is
on
fine. We were all
Jay.
good-looking men, you
Yeah.
know.
She had a crush on me at one point. 'Cause-
Can't blame her, you know.
Can't blame her. You just
Look at us.
when you got Riz, you got Riz. What can I say? Like,
Well, you got someone getting photos, you know, from older girls. You got someone who
Yeah,
coming up to
there's
him and
something about
shit.
me. I've
Yeah.
always attracted the older women. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's because my birthday's so late in the year.
You
for our
are a
grade.
late like.
Yeah, so there's every time I've never. There's only been one time that I ever had a thing with someone that was younger than me.
I know that. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
You think about it?
no, I'm thinking about my life. I'm thinking about my life.
Oh,
I kind of hummed the
No.
tune of what the girl's name was. But you know which girl? Yeah.
yeah. It's only that one. That wasn't.
I'm trying. Oh, okay, there's another core memory from Jollibee. Oh shit, it's like a minute 15. I'll tell the story last, and then unless you guys had more.
I have
No,
one
I'm
more.
cool.
One more.
I'm cool.
Okay, you can tell yours after mine, and then so this is another compliment, kinda. I was working at Jollibee, and I was 15 or 16 at the time, and these girls came in and they were drunk. They were probably like in their mid 20s, and it was like late at night on a Friday, and they came in and they're like, "Oh my god, you're so cute!" See? They're like touching me and stuff,
Whoa.
and then like one of them like grabbed my shirt
Whoa.
and like lifted it up, and like they're like touching
Whoa.
me like on my abs, and I had to like back off, and then like I was pretty like. I was skinny when I was like 15, 16, and I had a six-pack. And they're like, "Oh my god, you're so sexy with your six-pack working at Jollibee." And I was just like, "What the
Like, why you
fuck
gotta throw
is-"
that in there?
I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" They're like,
Oh,
and then they flicked my hat off, and they're like, "Oh my god, look at your little man bun, it's so cute." And I was like, "This is so weird."
I don't know what to do right now.
Yeah, I felt like violated at that point, and my manager was literally laughing the whole time.
What?
Because my manager, he was pretty young too, and he was a dude. And we were like, I was like cool with him, so he was just like laughing, letting everything happen to me. I was like, can you report this to HR?
Oh,
But that's a core memory. That shit was weird. Some weird times at Jollibee.
For sure.
he said he left and then came back.
Yeah, months
Yeah.
after. Still
Yeah.
employed.
So I first worked there when I was 15, and then I would always just no call, no show. And they would call me and be like, "Are you coming today?" And I'm like, "Oh no." And like, "Okay, you can't keep doing no call, no show." And I was like, "Oh yeah, my bad." And then there's one time, I had a shift and I just didn't come back. And then I was like, I don't want to work here anymore. So I just never came back, right? And it was never electronic to see your shift. You had to go in and see your name on the schedule and just take a picture. So then like, I probably had like 3 more shifts after that, and then. So I just stopped, and then after maybe a few months or maybe almost a year, I was like, damn, I need a job again. So I was like, maybe I can go back to Jollibee. And I literally, I filled out the application, and he was like, "Oh, we can interview you right now." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." He's like, "Have you ever worked for Jollibee?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, I don't think I was ever fired, or I'd never technically quit. I just stopped showing up." And they're like, "Huh?" And then my old manager comes. He's like, "Oh, Seth, you're finally back."
He was just on a long vacation.
You know what's funny? I left that job the same way.
Like
Stop
comparative,
showing up.
comparative to me, bro. Like my when I used to work at Target and I quit on the spot, bro. Literally like the next day or the day after that, they had me ready for the final check. Like they cashed me out at a register, like straight cash, not even a check. Like they just were done with me, bro. You got away for a year, bro.
For real.
Still on payroll and shit.
Because it's all Filipinos, bro. They don't take that shit seriously.
All right, Jay, you want to end us off with your core memory?
Sure. I feel like I have to have a Disneyland one in there because that's a big part of my life. But I'm sure you guys have seen the picture of me in Buzz Lightyear in
Yeah.
Disneyland when I'm like
Yeah.
really little.
Isn't that like your profile picture? Oh no, that's
Different one, but
I don't
yeah.
want to buy it. Okay, I think I have. Yeah.
But yeah. But so that before that picture, and it's weird because I shouldn't like psychologically. I feel like I shouldn't remember this because
Okay.
like
Because you're so young.
I'm so young. It was like at this point I was like maybe 2 or 3, but
Well,
I
yeah,
can
it's pretty young.
distinctly remember like being at the park and like knowing that the show was about to start and going to the bathroom near Space Mountain and like telling my mom like, Mom, we need to put on my costume. Hurry, hurry. He's gonna leave. We're gonna miss Buzz. And like I'm freaking out like because that's my hero. That's my idol at the moment. And I remember coming out of the thing and like him seeing me like dressed like him and like everybody being like, oh, there's a mini Buzz. Like, dude,
There's a
that
black
was
Buzz.
It's
genuinely
was
though.
it a chase variant?
Yeah.
A 1-of-1 custom.
But yeah.
So
then we got to
did
take
he
the
like
picture.
interact with you too?
Yeah.
That's lit.
That's fucking dope, bro.
I got to take. Well, first I had to take a picture with my brother because my brother
Yeah.
was there. But I was just like, why you gotta be? He ain't dressed up like this isn't his guy. Like,
It's an A and B conversation.
but then we took another one, just me and him, and this is the one that like really blew up. Funny side note: my 4th birthday party, I had that picture on the cake, and like it was like one of those like how they printed it out and like it's
Yep, it's like edible though. It's like
Yeah,
edible.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so my cousin was cutting the cake because it was my birthday. Everybody wanted my birthday cake, and I started crying
Aw.
because she cut the picture, and I thought that was the real picture. And my mom had to like go to the car and like get the actual picture. Look, it's right here. See, she didn't cut it. She didn't cut it. Look, she cut my Buzz. And I was like, oh damn!
Bro, that's funny.
Shout out Buzz Lightyear, bro.
Shout out Buzz Lightyear. Shout out my mom.
You got a tattoo too, right?
I do. Yeah.
Little
We'll
Buzz,
talk about that another time.
Buzz's wings.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Little
No
sneaker
sneak
peek. Yeah. But yeah, that was a great story to end this podcast.
Yeah, fantastic, phenomenal story.
Oh,
man, dude.
thank you.
Yeah.
OG.
So, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are as grateful as we are.
That's what we were gonna say. Hopefully, you guys aren't whiny bitches.
We're
Hopefully-
thankful for all of you.
Yeah, hopefully. Go get stuff tomorrow. Pause. It's Thanksgiving, so
Resume.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, have some fun. Share
eat
some
up,
stories.
Fill
Yeah.
up your plates.
Listen to
Next
the
week's
podcast.
next week's podcast is a funny one. We're grateful today. Next week we're talking about our pet peeves, so look forward to that. Love you guys. Peace out.
Thank you.